Hi Movie Club, this week's movie was Equilibrium. Equilibrium starred Christian Bale, Sean Bean, William Fichtner, Emily Watson, and Agus McFadden. This takes place in the early 21st century, and Earth has gone through a third world war. To cope with it, the survivors have instituted a kind of repressive new government that requires all its citizens to take a feeling-suppressing drug. So the populace doesn't feel anything, and they are trying to get rid of everything that can stir up feelings. Just like every movie he's in, or nearly every movie, Sean Bean does die. His character is really important, though, because he kind of starts the whole transition thing for Christian Bale's character, John Preston. There were a couple things I was kind of not liking about the movie. Even though everyone's supposed to be like numbed by this drug that they're required to take, there's a lot of characters that are supposedly on the drug that still seem to feel quite a lot. Christian Bale's character, John Preston, you know, he still has dreams of his wife, even though he was on this serum the whole time they were supposedly together, so he shouldn't have any feelings for her. That big speech in the beginning where father was talking about the success of their enterprise into not feeling anything, that got really amped up for someone who is not feeling anything. The worst character about that was Brant, who is the guy who becomes John Preston's new partner after Sean Bean dies, which I don't remember his name. But Brant is constantly doing little smirks or just kind of like, hey, type things, you know, just little laughs. And he gets really amped up at one point, and just really angry, and he like tries to do a public shaming. And I did not think that was very fitting, especially since Christian Bale, Sean Bean, and the character Brant were all these clerics. They're supposed to be these highly trained elite soldiers that defend the government and seek out all perpetrators that are trying to, you know, get rid of this drug and allow humans to continue feeling. I partially think that because all these characters that were on the drug are still having these little remnant feelings, I think that was intentional. I think it's to show that to feel is to be human, and that no matter how hard someone may try to repress it, it's still gonna happen. A lot of the characters that are feeling that are really easy to, you know, it's really easy to tell that they're feeling. Spoiler alert, DuPont is feeling the entire time. Um, he was probably one of the harder of the characters you could tell was feeling, but it still wasn't that difficult. A lot of they represented a lot of people who could feel through touching. They came in contact with things. When Christian Bale started to come off his drugs, he would take off his gloves and actually come into physical contact with the world around him. That was really well shown in the scene where he's doing his first raid while off the drugs, and he walks by this wall with all these bullet holes in it, and he takes off his glove to just kind of come in real contact with what he's been doing this whole time. In the end, this movie I thought was pretty good. The action scenes were awesome. The choreography was really cool. I'm always a big fan of the futuristic, repressive government getting toppled by the people. So it's definitely worth a watch, even if you're not an action fan. There's a lot of character depth. You know, with actors like Sean Bean and Christian Bale, they don't really just jump into movies with no character. And I thought they both did a really good job. My favorite scene was the scene where Christian Bale was taking the polygraph to finally meet Father. And he starts to fail it, and then it's revealed that DuPont has been acting as Father the whole time. And John Preston starts to get like just super pissed, and, you know, all these emotions are flying around. And then all of a sudden, the polygraph just goes flat, and it's just after freaking out. And it just kind of quickly pans up to the polygraph dude, the dude who's having him take the test. It just pans up to his face, and he's just, oh shit! And then John Preston gets up and just annihilates everyone in the room but him. I thought that scene was awesome.